Alright, and we are back with Relics Ankoku Yousai for the Famicom disk system, and I'm still holding the Switch controller. That's not gonna work. So this game is kinda more well-known, I think. And it's mostly infamous for its loading times. So this game loads for every room change, and also every time a new enemy appears. And it loads for several seconds. At some spots it even kind of makes you flip the disc around a bunch of times. But we'll see, so maybe get a fidget spinner or something, I don't know, something to do for a few seconds at a time. Alright, let's get going here. So this has a fan translation, but there's barely any text in the game, and some of the text was a bit garbled for me in the translation for some reason. I don't know if it's actually like that, but I thought let's just play the original. There's not really any text you're gonna miss, except, so here it says Omachi kudasai, please wait. So it loaded the room, and then it loaded this guy. He tells us that he doesn't want to let us past, we don't care. So one of the cool things you can do is just break these brick walls, and under them you'll either find... Actually, let's get the sword maybe. You'll either find passages or items, or sometimes just these cool blue techno walls. That's kind of this idea again of an ancient fortress, I think. So this is in the port of the previous game. It doesn't have the same story, but it's kinda similar. Also here's our first real enemy, basically. He might kill me in 2 shots. This is a gunner. Trying to kill him. There we go. That went very fast. So there's kind of there's a technique where you can get a lot of hits in with just one strike. The only real speedrunner of this game, Yukichi, a very good Japanese streamer, streams a bunch of weird trash stuff. They've got kind of a technique where with one strike they can really just generate an enemy. And I couldn't really figure that out. I can get 2 hits in with one strike, and I think maybe that's the same kind of technique. But yeah, so some of the enemies are kind of dangerous because I can't do the super generating thing. Also, the controls are similar to the previous game. You have to turn around by pointing up and then the other direction. This game doesn't have a run though. On the other hand, we have a pretty nice jump that lets us move pretty quickly. Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. Okay, nice. Going good so well, so far. Yeah, the environmental destruction is a cool aspect. This game is a lot more straightforward than the previous game, so no big secrets or anything. This is pretty much a linear game, and it's pretty much an action platformer, so it's not this big mystery like the other game was. Trying to do a cool jump here. Whee! So you probably noticed that I'm doing a kind of double jump, and it feels like I'm doing a glitch, but I think it might have been intended. Because there are 2 spots in the game if you don't use any speedrun style skips. There are 2 spots in the game where you need the weird double jump. So I'm not sure it's actually a glitch, but it's hard to say. It very much feels like a glitch. So what you do is you jump, you attack in the air, and then you can jump again after the attack, and that really feels like a typical glitch kind of thing. Here I want to use another glitch. This one I'm pretty sure is a glitch, because it looks like one. Just have to get it here. Okay, there we go. So now I set it up so my attack, you can see it kind of glitches, it goes backwards. What it actually does is it hits upwards. And if I do it in the right spot, there, opens up a gap here, very convenient. because that means I don't have to face this gunner. Yeah, we have to load again. The Omachi Kudasai definitely takes up a bunch of time of the run. And the double jump is also pretty nice to speed up, like to get through these screen transitions quicker. I don't have to use the ladder as much. Oh, I shouldn't have destroyed the statue there. Just meant to do a double jump. Let's respawn it. Because there's, in the corner there, over the statue, there's another gap I can open. That saves me from having to walk all the way around and dealing with a particularly annoying bat. Yeah, here I need the double jump to get up. We're setting up the upwards strike again. And you really have to do it at the top of the jump. Yeah. Path is open. And here's the entrance to the first sub area of the game. If I can get the double jump here, it's kind of hard to time this double jump with the constant loading. Also, that guy got a punch in. I hope he didn't do too much damage. So the structure of this game is that there's this big hub area that we started in, and then there are 6 sub stages like this one. And every substage has a boss, and after the boss, an idol, which is basically the key to the next substage. So not like this, that's just the key. But the idols are necessary to get into the next substage. We've got some bats. The bats are pretty much the worst enemy. I hate them. We're gonna get a better body later with a remote attack, with a projectile attack. That makes the bats a lot easier, but sadly for the very last part, the very last substage, we have to use a melee combat body, and it's also full with bats, so that's just hell, pretty much. In these substages, we're not gonna see as much loading, as you will see in the screen transition here, if I can get the jump up. Okay, that jump was useless anyway. Maybe I'll take the ladder. Yeah, not getting it right. So we're not seeing any loading here, because this is the same room. It's the same, the exact same room layout 3 times. It's just different enemies. Saves on loading at least. I'm trying to get down there to hit the worm without it hitting me. There we go. Kind of a tight window. Some more bats. I could try fighting them, but it's also not that easy. You have to hit them at the very top when you hit the ceiling, pretty much. Oh, just gonna walk past. Ow, got me. So since it was mentioned in chat, I think both tag merged with Quest at one point. And then maybe they split up again, if I read right. Both tags sadly don't exist anymore. Their big money horse, their big franchise that brought in all the money was the Legend of the Galactic Heroes, which is a very popular anime, and they made a lot of games for that. But at some point, I think they lost the license, but they kept making games for the license, so they got sued for that. And that's what took them down. But before it got to that point, they did release a bunch of Relics games. They also made some other games, but yeah, since we're playing Relics, they made... let's see, they made the original we saw. This one. And then 2 kinda Diablo-ish or PC role-playing game-ish games. And then because they were in the process of closing down, their friends of, I think, Nihon Falcom made basically an unofficial Relics game. It's called Rinne. Okay, here's the first boss. Again, we have to flip discs a bunch of times. We flip to disc A to load the room, we flip to disc B to load the enemy. He's a pretty cool guy. Thankfully, like all enemies, he's got a restricted movement range. I just want to walk up to just the right distance and poke him a few times. I'm trying to get a double step in, which involves pressing jump, but not really getting it. Anyway, he's dead already. Is Relics an original IP? Yes, they made this up by themselves. I don't think there's any Relics manga or anything like that spun off. So we got the idol. We're gonna death warp out because it's a long way to walk out, and on death you get to keep your body and you get to keep like your major game progress. You get to keep the idols. Everything else you lose. So I'm just bumping into this guy a bunch, I guess. So in the original, if you die, that's a full reset. But here you get to keep your body, which is funny because it says you lost your body. And you get to keep the idols, so you can keep progress pretty much. Also, we're switching to disc A for the you lost your body game over screen, and we're switching to disc B back for the game. So maybe this disc like got a lot more wear and tear than the usual Famicom Disk System discs. Okay, we're facing the gunner again, sadly, this time still with our regular fighter body. So in terms of taking over other bodies, we barely did it in the PC-88 game, but you can take over most bodies in that one. Oh, maybe he's gonna kill me this time. Okay, I'm still alive. We barely did it, but you can take over most bodies in the other game that I played earlier. Here you can only take over a very few specific small set of bodies. They're basically set up like bosses, so they wait in special rooms. And there's just one of each. So even if you see an enemy of the same type, with the same sprite, you can't take them over. You can only take over the ones in their special rooms. We're not gonna get most of them, we're only gonna get one of them. Yeah, didn't quite make it. And we're also gonna death warp for most of the sections except near the end. So they did something very funny for the very final boss room, which is you need 5 keys for that. 4 before the boss and 1 after the boss. That's particularly funny. If you go in with 4 keys, you defeat the boss and then you stand in front of a locked door. And yeah, it's not that easy to find the keys. They're not that plenty. So at the end, I don't want to take a death warp. I have to keep my keys and stuff. Nope. Okay, doing the cool jump again. And then we wait to see if it's successful. There we go. Timing the double jump across the loading screen is also always a bit difficult. You have to wait for it to finally proceed and then very quickly do your attack and jump. Here's a pit I don't want to fall in. And there's a gunner over there that I don't want to be killed by. And he would dig into the wall. Just a little bit more. Come on, open up. So here to the left would be one of those bodies I can use. The gunner is here on the left side. The gunner, just like in the previous game. His gun is pretty strong, but it runs out of ammunition and then you're kind of screwed. Come on, do the jump. No, damn it. Over here it's also dark, so this is an aspect that came back from the previous game. There are dark areas and you need a lamp to light them up, although this time the lamp is a consumable. But we're just gonna jump over that if I don't fall off again. The entrance to the second subsection is just over there. Okay, and touch it, and there we go. And here we're gonna fight some little magic guys. Who might also kill me. We'll see, I hope they don't. I've got one amulet, so the amulet protects you from magic attacks. You can actually block in this game. Oh, he might actually kill me. Yeah, there we go. I've got I've got a few save states because sometimes dying costs a lot of time. I think in this case we can redo it. I think I do have save state right there for the start of the second area actually, but it's not that far. On the other hand, at the end, if I die after collecting my keys for the very end, dying will probably cost like 20 minutes or something, so I'm definitely gonna use save states there. Also, a few bosses we're gonna try to just jump over, and they don't always cooperate with that. And dying there would also cost a bunch of time. So that's also save state territory probably. Okay, facing the gunner again. Hopefully for the last time, because after the next boss section we're finally gonna pick up a new body, and it's a really good one. Sadly, for the very last section we have to take the body of the holy warrior. And he's a melee fighter. So I'm not sure if that's specifically me, but I don't really mind loading as much. Like I guess I just mentally switch off and wait for it to load. Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. No, come on. Okay, but let's try one more time, and if I get killed again, then I'll just use the save state for the second section. There's actually a way to block, so you can even block these shots, and they don't do any damage, but you have to hold back to do it, so you're moving away from the enemy, and that means I'm not in striking distance, so it's kind of hard to fight like that. Well, if you feel like this game is running slow, you should look at the previous one again, the PC-88 game. Nice, fast one. Yeah, it loads here for our little worm friend. Thankfully, once it has loaded an enemy type, they stay around for a little bit in memory. So if I leave the room and come right back, it doesn't have to load for that enemy. Unless it had to load a bunch of other enemies. Right, let's try the gunner again. Right, much better. Oh yeah, since that was mentioned, there's a release of that, a Project Egg release of this game that skips the load times, so on an emulator you can basically just fast forward when it loads, and that Project Egg release does that automatically. I guess you could also just have like an emulator script that does it for you. Or you could press the speed up button every time, but that's also a bit tedious. I think if you look at the speedrun.com page for this game, there are separate categories for the Project Egg release and the original, and it shaves off like maybe 20 minutes or something. But yeah, without the loading issues, it's not the worst Famicom game, I guess. It could be a decently entertaining game. Right, we're back up here. There we go, just have to touch it while facing forward. That's also a funny thing, not just with the switches, but even with items, you can only pick up if you move into them forward. If you don't, you can stand on them even. Okay, come on little wizard guy. No magic for you this time. Nice. It did sound like he did some magic, but apparently nothing came out. we get a bunch of these amulet items. They automatically block magic attacks once, so they're consumable. Come on, a little bit closer. Got a lamp there. I think there aren't any dark areas in this stage. Also, that second item there was a score item. I'm not really sure why you'd go for score. It's only visible on the game over screen. Doesn't really seem like a score-focused game. So you might notice there's something over there. We never go there. Other later sub stages are set in the other half of these. Don't push me off. I've got a job to do here. Does this game have more than one ending? No. This game does not really have any of the complexities of the original. Yeah, about the controls, I think the developers said that they're intentionally clunky to kind of make you feel like you're not using your own body, like it's just a body you're possessing. Okay, I think we should be getting to the boss room now. I think that's the one where I have to use the weird jump to get in. So here there's a statue in the way, so the only way to get in is doing the double jump and then still aligning correctly. Yeah, this is kind of a sequel, I guess. It's not as inscrutable. But this is basically the second independent Relics release. Come on, statue. The statue boss. Ah! Yeah, the loading is like the most infamous part of this game, I think, at least outside of Japan. But I'm not sure, maybe I'm insensitive to that. I don't really mind it as much. Although in this case it's a bit more annoying since I keep falling through the screen transition. This is one of the two places I mentioned where you need the weird double jump. There we go, finally. Thank you. Here's our good friend, the Giga Vacuum Cleaner. We're just gonna jump over him if he lets me. I don't think it's very strong, so it shouldn't be too problematic. There we go. Nice and easy. Other bosses are a lot more averse to our idea of just jumping past. And now Death Warp. Finally he gets his revenge. Ah, nice. Loading warning is in effect. Maybe have something to read ready. Alright, so we're finally gonna go for a new body now. And that's gonna slightly improve the game. Loading break for our friend the worm. The Project Egg release of this Famicom Disk System game does skip over the loading times, yeah. Please don't come down. Bats, no, go away bats. Okay, so here I don't want to step... If I step one tile to the right, it would load another enemy. I'm trying to avoid that. And coming up here is a pretty difficult jump skip. Let's see if I can get it. I think I've got a save state that skips past this, because this can cause problems. But the legitimate path goes way around and it's pretty difficult and needs the gunner, and so it's pretty involved. So I'm trying to jump up here, but it's possible that an enemy pushes me down right away. And once he starts doing that, he's probably not gonna stop. Damn it, yeah, like that. So even if we switch rooms now, I think his position is kind of preserved, so I have to try and bait him away. It can be pretty difficult to get up there. It's a good skip, if you get it. Okay, I'm gonna jump over here to the left and hopefully he's gonna walk away for a bit. If you're too close to him, he wanders towards you, and now he's not wandering away. Okay, well, let's see. Maybe I can get lucky. Or maybe I'm gonna die, because anytime I touch him... Oh, nice. Got lucky, he backed away just at the right moment. I'm getting a bit low on health. I don't think I've got any amulets left. There's... Oh, we'll see. Long fall. Don't activate the sub area just yet, because here's our wonderful, much better sorcerer body. I think he says that if we kill him, we can take his body or something. No, damn you. Okay, let me think. Getting back here, let's do it once. I do have a save state there, but it shouldn't be that much time. Yeah, I think I just took slightly too much damage trying to get the jump skip. Yeah, I went to the body lost and found, and thankfully they had another one like this. Maybe also get a sword just in case. So there's a bunch of different items. The sword item, for example, makes the melee characters, or rather the melee weapon characters, stronger. Then the book makes the sorcerer stronger. The fighter, the one that just punches, according to the manual, just becomes stronger by fighting. And that's all the items that make you stronger. And getting stronger is not just for combat. After this next section, we will actually have to destroy some blocks in order to open up the entrances to the next sub-areas. And in order to be able to destroy the blocks, you need enough strength. No, oh damn it, maybe that's where I'm losing all my health. So right over there is the room with the sorcerer, and if you take one step to the right, you're loading him in. Not that he does anything, but it's more loading time. Okay, let's see if I can get the skip here. Nice. Perfectly executed. I've got way more health now. So the legitimate way to get here would go down here. Would let you fall down here. What does corrupting bluing the wall do? It's not really corrupting, it's more like they built over the old techno walls with these brick walls. And for some walls it just looks cool, but for others there's something beneath it. There are passages or items. And that's only in this main area. You can't break the walls in the sub-areas. And these big blue squares, those are the ones you can actually destroy if you're strong enough. Alright, sorcerer time. This time for sure. Yeah, graphically it actually looks pretty neat. There's a lot of detailed graphics. Maybe that's what takes up all the space. Oh. Damn you, he's gonna do it again. If he kills me again, I'm gonna use a save state. Never had much trouble with this guy actually, but I guess maybe this time we're doing it. There we go. So now we're getting the sorcerer body. The first time we're picking up a new body. There's actually 6, I think, in total. And this one has a great attack that makes everything much easier. Die. Die. I mean, I don't really have to kill him. The characters are also different in terms of their starting health, so the sorcerer has very little health. This area also looks really nice. The sub-areas have some pretty nice graphics. And at least a little bit of variety, like they repeat. I think the next section is gonna be one we've been in already. There's some variety in this. Does look pretty nice. Like that, that's ammunition. But you can see having the spell makes a lot of the combat way easier. I don't have to deal with the tiny enemies and hitting them with just the right timing. Die bats. The bats are the worst enemy. So nice that I can just blast them. Oh yeah, I mentioned it earlier, so in these subsections we don't get loading times between most rooms, because it's the same room. It's always the same room, just different enemies. So they were pretty economical there. That's also ammunition. Yes, some people in chat have mentioned that it kind of looks like a good game without the loading times, and I mean, I invite you to play it. I think it's still kind of a struggle to play. I do like it, kinda, I guess. But then again, I probably have some unusual tastes. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is a dark area, but we don't notice because we've got the lamps. You do see that it's a dark area because the lamp display popped on. And later we're gonna have to go through a dark area without a lamp. Mostly because I just don't have the lamps on my route. Okay, here's the boss. And this one, I'm gonna try to jump past, but he might kill me. He's not as cooperative as the vacuum cleaner friend from earlier. This boss, I think, is immune to magic. He doesn't really respond to my attacks. Usually you're supposed to come in here with the gunner, I think. Okay, let's see. Push it a bit and then jump. Okay. Just about made it. Don't have a lot of health left. Got the idol and now Death Warp. And the traditional death ritual of flipping the disc. Right, so now we restart with the better sorcerer body. And that makes everything better, now the game is good. This time when I face the gunner, I'm the bully here. I can just take him down. Before we can go to the next sub-area, I have to pick up some magic books to make my sorcerer stronger. Because now I have to destroy some wall blocks to dig the entrance out. Ah, just barely. I guess now that I loaded the gunner, I might as well take him out, but I actually have to go to the right side here first. Yes, it's very deceiving because usually I also don't really see anything while it's loading. Since someone mentioned it in chat earlier, I was thinking about trying to do the skit of suddenly stopping to talk, suddenly stopping. My commentary when the loading breaks happen. Okay, so we're picking up some books here. The first two are easy. The third one I want is down a pit here. And over there on the wall. And now I want to jump back up the pit. That's a bit of a difficult jump. Ah, fell back down. I hope I can land this, but might cause problems. Don't push me off, please. Okay, this time, no, I'm still stuck in the wall. I think this time I might fall down. I have to walk around a bit. Oh, there we go. Okay, I can try again. Losing a bunch of health though, that's not great. Come on, let me back. I don't know. Doesn't. For some reason, it's not working this time. Usually, you can jump back up here, but I think what's kind of interfering with it is that there's actually a wall there, like a trap pit you fall into. I guess I'll just fall down instead. It's not that far. just a little fun thing here. I can also do the vertical glitch with the projectile, but now it's way more effective. Okay, that didn't lose that much time. The gunner is gone now because all of the enemies that have health bars, they are persistent. If they die, they're gone. This time we're going over here. That's one of the punching enemies, the fighters. And this big box is the next entrance. Just gonna grab some health here. And because I picked up the books, I'm strong enough now to destroy these blocks. Oh, the ladder's blocking me. There we go. And we're back in this area. We've seen this this theme before. Having the sorcerer is just really nice, especially in these stages. You can pretty much deal with any enemies. Except for the boss. I think this is another... no. My notes say this boss is gonna be killed. Okay. The next boss, I think, is one we're jumping over again. Here we are in the dark section again, and I only have the one lamp, but I think that's enough. The stage where I actually have to walk through a whole dark room is in the next sub-area. Get up. Bad timing, it's loading an enemy, that makes the double jump hard now. Okay. I'm getting a lot of books here on my path, that makes it very easy to kill this boss. Okay, boss room coming up. So it's loading an enemy over there, that's from the earlier stage too. Let's see if I can get this double jump. Or it's a bit weird through the loading time. No, Okay, well, the ladder it is. And he's dead. I guess that's how it would go for the previous boss as well, if he were not immune to magic. Don't really want to pick up the health here, because we're gonna take a death warp again. I just need the idol. Wait a second. Did I already get the idol? I guess I did. Oh, is it up there? I'm slightly confused now. I don't remember which statue has the idols. I guess I got it. We'll see. I'm slightly confused about the idol now. I must have picked it up somewhere, I hope. Otherwise, I mean, I do have save states, but they would skip a little bit. And we want to death warp again here, but there's no enemy directly nearby. I think there should be one back here, but he doesn't spawn yet. Okay, well. No? Okay, that's gotta be an enemy. So a last death warp. After this, I'd rather not die anymore. Because the next substage gives us a bunch of keys, and I really need them for the final area. And recollecting those keys would take quite a while. So the entrance to the 5th area is actually right behind us here. You might notice this block looks just like the block we just opened up. That's not the final area, that's the 5th. But before I can open it, I need some books again. So, story-wise, as I mentioned, this isn't really a port of the other game we saw earlier. It's mostly its own thing. It has kind of the same story concepts. It's also a dark fortress where some holy warriors are locked up. But it doesn't have a lot of the story detail that the previous game had. And one of the larger differences is the goal of the game, which is spelled out in the manual, is to free the Princess of Radiance, or the Princess of Light or something. And the final boss we're gonna fight is actually the Emperor Hell now, I think. Okay, grabbing the books. Need 3 books to break the blocks, so we're going down here again. And this time we are intentionally going down. Not gonna go back up because I need 1 extra key. Oh, no, my book. Okay, well there are more books down there. That's fine. Except that they're hitting me from all sides. Okay, there's my extra book. And here's my extra key, and that's all the extra pickups I need, I think. Yeah, so now we're going back to the start. Slightly worried about my health, but what can you do? There's a health pickup over there. Guess I could try filling up a bit. Or at least I think there's a similar room with... Yeah, that's a health pickup, okay. So here's some extra health. Doesn't hurt to top up, especially because this time we don't want to. Come on. No, I can get the health out. Maybe I broke too much. Oh, I grabbed it when I went the other way, I think, yeah. Since the gunner's also gone. Already forgot about that. Okay, we're jumping past this guy again, and then we're opening up stage 5. Always have to approach this gem, this button here from the left side, and you just have to graze it a bit. Kind of like this. Oh! Yeah, I thought so. That's weird. I'm missing the idol. Did it not spawn? That's weird. We can skip ahead here a bit. I don't have a save state that exactly salvages this situation. I really don't know what happened to the idol. Did it not spawn or something? Because I didn't see it anywhere. Yeah, that did confuse me earlier. I guess the only way to salvage this is to take my next save state, which kinda skips over the path to the next boss. But we are gonna go all the way back out, so we're gonna see the stage again. Let's see which slot is that. Actually, so I'm curious here. Oh no, I don't have a save state for the one where the idol's missing. Okay, well then. Yeah, we can jump here. Sadly, that skips over the way here through the stage. But we do go all the way back through the stage. So we are at least going to see it. I'm kind of curious what happened to the idol. I'm gonna look up where that's supposed to be and if it actually just didn't spawn, or I don't know. Anyway, so this boss, also immune to magic. We have to jump past him. And then we have to jump back, because we want to keep all of our keys we collected. Yeah, let's see if he lets me past. Let me past. Let me past. Okay. That's one way. Come on. Take the idol, there we go. Another way back. Maybe he kills me. But that's what the save state's here for. Okay, I made it, but on very low health. That's not great. I mean, I guess in case I die, I do have some extra time buff for now, since I didn't have to walk here. And on the way back here, we're gonna move through one room in full darkness, because there just aren't enough lamps on the route. Hey, I do have a screenshot of that room here in my notes, so I can kinda tell where I am. There we are. Now everything's dark. I don't see a health bar, I don't see enemies, I don't see the landscape. It's possible that the enemies might kill me in here. I am constantly firing to try and keep that from happening. Okay, now we're up on the platform, there's 3 statues. Now we're falling down again. There should be another rock in the way at some point. Yeah, there it is. Okay, that's one side. Oh, and I did take one hit somewhere. Okay, now we have to go the upper path as well in full darkness. There was an enemy up here, but I should have taken it out. Oh, I'm already over there, okay. Now falling down, then jumping up. Hoping that these up and down rocks don't get me. Okay, falling back down. And we made it through the darkness. Nice. Maybe not really a difficult section, but kinda scary. Stressful. So with my reduced health, I just have to make it to the next sub-stage. Because right at the start of that, we're gonna get a new body. This is the first stage we actually just wander out of and don't death warp out. And the way you get out is just climb back up there and you arrive back where you came in. always the same with these things. Come on. You're not even an enemy. I'm not even sure what it is. Looks like it's just a rock. I'm really curious what happened to the idle I was missing. I think maybe there can't be more than one item on screen or something. Is it something like that? I'll have to look into that. Okay, we're back out. And if you come back to the main area, all the items respawn, so I can get some health here. And hopefully some more on the way. And the last door, we have to climb all the way back up and then we fall down a trapdoor. Then we're gonna have some fun with bats. Some very bad placement in the last area. Wow, 3 full health points, that's as much as you get when you start with a sorcerer. You wonder how many players stuck with this game? Well, I mean, there's a bunch of Famicom and Famicom Disk System games that aren't that great, and it seems they have their fans, so I think players can be very persistent with their Atlantis Nonazos and challengers and so on. One last time the cool jump. So if you want to measure how much of the RTA is load times, as I mentioned on the speedrun.com leaderboard, there are separate categories for the run on the Project Egg version with the skipped load times and the regular version. And I think it takes off like 15 or 20 minutes. Of course, it's also a much better run than I can do here. Okay, almost there. Here's the pit. There's actually a bunch of these pits with hidden stuff. And I think you have to go through most of them. You play the game legitimately. Ooh, that one just barely missed me. Alright. That's the final area on our way to the last boss. And right here at the start we get the body of the Holy Warrior, kind of similar to the previous game. And sadly, he actually sucks compared to the wizard. He only has a sword attack. He's kind of strong, I guess. He has a lot of health, but there's also a lot of enemies here that can easily take that away. So this area is full of bats, and they are the worst. And it's really hard to either attack them or get around them. These enemies aren't so bad. Oh, damn you. Should have gone for the crouch immediately. So, I haven't been really doing it, but you can actually block in this game, and it's especially useful to block projectiles. You can also block in the other Relics game, in the PC-88 game, but there I kind of have a lot less luck with it. I think one difference might be, here I just have to hold back to block, and I think in the other game I maybe have to press it accurately. Like a parry. There's a bat down there, we're gonna have to face that later. Here's our first group of bats that I wanna get past. I hope I can just dodge past them if they let me. Ow. No, ow, damn it, that's already more damage than I'd like. Fighting these bats is also pretty difficult. I did show that earlier. If they hang on the wall, you have to jump up and hit them just before you hit the wall. Basically, you have very little time. Oh, this one moves a bit to the left. That would make it easier to get past. Okay, well, I guess I'll just go for it then. Ow, jerk. Almost got past. I'm actually already really low on health here. And yeah, so if I die here, I'm definitely gonna take a save state, because it would take maybe 20 minutes to recover the items I need. Come on. Stupid timing. Also already kind of low health for the final boss. We'll see how that goes. But I do have a save state there, because he's also kind of partially luck-based at least. Okay, that's one room survived. To take way more damage than I would like to. Ah, damn it, missed it. Okay, now yeah, damn it. Let's see. I do have a save state at the start, so we don't have to skip everything. Let's give this one more real attempt. I don't wanna run over the estimate again. So let's do one more real attempt, and if that doesn't work, I'll skip to the boss. But I think when I streamed this originally, this final area pretty much took me a whole stream of several hours. Just because the bats kept getting me. And then the boss is also kind of a jerk, and then you need 5 keys to get through the whole boss room, which you don't know ahead of time. Let me hit you. Okay, here are the bats again. Hoping for the best. Ow, that's not the best. Okay, it's less damage than last time. If I would try to fight them, it wouldn't be more safe, because it's really hard to hit them, so that gives them a lot of chances to fly in and touch me. Does the music desync? Do you mean like the different tracks of it? Not sure. I would notice that. Okay, but this bat is in a much better position now, I think. I should be able to just jump past. Damn it, it's coming in again. Okay, still looking better than last time. I really wish there was a way to get the sorcerer here instead of the holy warrior. Some way to skip him. I don't think that's possible. I think I even tried to... Like, when you die now with the Holy Warrior, you restart at the regular start of the game with his body. And you can go and take another body. But if you come back here, then it's... You still have to take his body at the start. If I could take the sorcerer, it would be so much easier. All of these bats would cower in fear. So now you've seen pretty much all of this game. Compared to the previous one, it really takes away a lot of the complexity, a lot of the ambition, and it's mostly a regular action platformer. The one thing that really still makes it special is all the loading, and that's not really a very positive point. Waiting for that one, and let's go. There we go, nice. This one I also have to defeat, ideally, if it moves a bit to the left. Okay, well... It's a block. Nice. Blocked it and can go past. Come on, back off some more. Damn you. Just like in the other substages, there's 3 rooms of this, so we're like halfway through now. One more bat encounter coming up, I think. Enemies are pretty much mostly harmless. It's just the bats that are the real menace. So for these, I'd like to make to have them make a bit of space, and then I can jump up and attack them. Might be enough. Yeah, that's enough space. Okay, let's go. How these tiny bats are the scariest enemy in the game. Okay. One last room, and then it's the boss. pretty low to the estimate again. I'm guessing we're gonna go a little bit over with the boss fight. Yeah, somehow I have a talent to pick games that are kinda slightly hellish. There are some bets. I'd like to make the two of them move to the side. Perfect. Perfect alignment. Yeah, so that is actually one of the nicer games I've played here. And Devil Dumbledores as well, but Torrent, for example, also not really a nice game. And the very obtuse Relics PC88 mostly becomes a non-issue as soon as you know what to do. It's not really difficult gameplay-wise. Sadly over the estimate now, but I'm in the last room. We're almost there. So either I die to the bats here, and that's gonna speed things up, or we're just gonna go to the boss, and that's a fairly quick affair as well. One last bat encounter here. Just waiting for them to move so I can make my move. That's one. No, damn you. It's also really hard to jump there because I'm basically right under the ceiling. No, that's not good. Move to the side, come on, okay. Phew, okay, here we go. I think that's all the obstacles out of the way. I'm very low on health for the boss. Maybe I'll get him. Otherwise I do have a save state right there, because the boss in general is a real problem. He's got a kind of psychic wave attack, I wanna say, which just hits you anywhere, so he can just hit you very often, very quickly, no matter where you stand. So the strategy there is just to jump in and hit him and hope that you're faster than him. Right, here's the boss room. There's a bunch of items and a bunch of doors for us. It's the first time we actually use a key. There are a few locked doors in the main area where you can get items. Okay, one more door and then it's the boss. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna jump in before he spawns. And then I hope I can get my... I think 2 hits is enough, really, but he might still kill me before that. Yeah, he is. 1, 2, no, 2. There we go. Phew, close one. His next hit would have killed me. Pretty cool boss, still very quick encounter. Okay, I'm gonna jump up here. And that's it. That's time. While we load, while we wait for the princess to load. And we don't get much of an ending here. This is all the ending we get. The princess comes out, a bit of music plays, and then it's back to the title screen. If I were to recommend a Relics game, it's probably the other one. It's a lot more interesting to figure out, although now you've seen a bunch of it. I'm just gonna let the music play out here. It's not very long. In the meantime, yeah, thank you very much for watching. That's all of my runs for this BBG. I always very much enjoy doing these and watching all the other weird and crazy and bad games. I'm definitely gonna look for some very spicy